Even when you've been doing this digital stuff for a while, the Google algorithm, well, it can still feel like a black box sometimes, can't it?
Oh, absolutely.
You've done all the optimizing. You've built what feels like a really solid presence, but your main pages, still nowhere near page one.
Yeah.
It's that feeling of invisibility. It's genuinely baffling sometimes. It makes you wonder if Google even knows you exist.
Totally. That's a super common feeling.
Well, today on the deep dive, we're going on a mission. We want to unpack the most common reasons, and sometimes they're pretty surprising, why your website might be stuck, why it's not ranking on Google. And the really key thing here is this. For every single problem, there's a specific reason behind it. And even better, there's usually a targeted, doable fix. We're aiming to pull back the curtain a bit, not to find some big conspiracy, but just to give you, the listener, a clearer path forward to getting seen.
That's a great way to put it. Think of it like we're detectives. It's easy to feel like Google's just being difficult or random when your rankings dip. But really, it's this incredibly complex system, always learning, trying its best to match what someone searches for with the best possible answer, the most trustworthy, relevant, and easy to use content out there. So our job today is to figure out those signals Google looks for, diagnose what your site might be missing, and then crucially show you how to provide those signals. We'll go through it step by step systematically so you can hopefully pinpoint what's holding your site back and start fixing it.
Right, detective mission accepted. Let's start with the absolute basics. The first potential hurdle. Is your website even in Google's index? Because, if Google hasn't cataloged your site, it literally cannot show up in search results.
Yeah.
End of story.
Exactly. Step one. And you'd be surprised how many issues pop up right here.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's easy to check yourself. Just go to Google and type site.
Yeah.
Then your domain, like site.yourdomain.com, if nothing comes back. Well, Google doesn't know about it yet.
Okay, so that's the check. What causes it?
Well, beyond just knowing about things like noindex tags or robots.txt files, the real tricky part is often how they get there by accident. We've seen it loads of times.
Like what?
Like a staging site accidentally gets pushed live with noindex still on it. Or a developer makes a quick change to robots.txt and unintentionally blocks Google from crawling huge important parts of the site.
Ouch. So it's like locking the front door and wondering why no customers are coming in.
Precisely. The key fixes are, first, get Google Search Console set up. That's your direct communication channel with Google. Second, submit an XML sitemap. That's the blueprint of your site. And third, double check, triple check those noindex tags and your robots.txt file. Make sure you're not accidentally hiding.
Got it. And for folks who want to go deeper on just how search engines work,
we actually have a whole separate deep dive called How Search Engines Work, Crawling, Indexing, and Ranking Explained. That really gets into the nuts and bolts.
Perfect. Okay, so first step in our detective work. Make sure the suspect, your website, is even known to the authorities, to Google. But what if it is indexed, but still lost in the crowd? What's next?
Right. So if you're indexed but not ranking, the next big area to investigate, and honestly, it's a massive stumbling block for so many, is your keyword strategy.
Keywords, yeah.
Yeah.
Targeting the wrong ones.
Exactly. It's a huge mistake, even for people who aren't total beginners. A lot of sites try to optimize for keywords that are just way too broad, way too competitive.
Like trying to rank for just shoes.
Right. Or they completely miss what their audience is actually typing into Google. Think about, say, a small local bakery trying to rank for cakes. It's almost impossible. But ranking for best custom birthday cakes in Springfield, that's achievable.
Much more specific. So how do you fix that?
You've got to dig into keyword research tools. Things like Google Keyword Planner, SEMrush, Ahrefs are essential. Right. But it's not just about finding keywords. It's about understanding search intent.
Intent, meaning what the person really wants when they search.
Precisely. Is someone searching best coffee maker, looking for reviews, a list of top models? Or are they ready to buy right now? Are they just starting their research that's informational intent? Are they ready to buy transactional? Or looking for a specific brand site navigational?
And Google's getting better at figuring that out.
Incredibly good. So your content absolutely has to match that specific intent if you want to rank for that keyword.
Makes sense. We have another deep dive on that too.
Yeah, for a really thorough walkthrough, check out How to Do Keyword Research in 2025, step by step. It covers this whole process.
Okay, so nailing keyword intent is critical. But let's say you've done that. You have your target keywords. What about the actual words on the page, the content itself? Because I guess even with perfect keywords, if the content is weak.
Oh, absolutely. It can completely sink your efforts. Google's algorithms now, especially with things like MUM and BERT, they look way beyond just stuffing keywords in. They're evaluating semantic depth, topical authority. So comprehensive content today means really digging deep. It means anticipating the user's next question, covering all the related subtopics, showing genuine expertise, not just hitting a certain word count.
So those short 300-word blog posts probably aren't cutting it anymore.
Generally, no, especially not for competitive topics, and definitely not if you're just copying and pasting product descriptions from the manufacturer. Google sees that as thin, low-value content. It wants original, in-depth stuff.
So the fix is more effort, basically.
Pretty much. Create truly helpful original content that answers the user's query better than anyone else online. Think detailed guides, insightful comparisons, unique data, case studies, and importantly, don't just publish and forget. Regularly go back and update your older content.
You go fresh?
Exactly. Freshness and significant updates signal ongoing relevance and authority to Google. If this whole SEO concept is newer for someone, what is SEO? A beginner's guide to search engine optimization is a good starting point.
Right. So index check, keyword check, content quality check. Let's say you've got amazing content, targeted keywords, but your site is brand new. There's still that waiting game, isn't there?
Yes, absolutely. And this catches a lot of new site owners off guard. It can feel like you're doing everything right, but the results just aren't there yet. New websites often take weeks, sometimes months, to start ranking consistently.
Why is that? Just Google being slow?
Well, partly it's time for Google to discover, crawl, and index everything. But more than that, Google needs time to evaluate what we call trust signals.
Trust signals. What does that mean?
It's things like, yes, the quality of your content, the user experience on your site, but a really big one is the backlinks pointing to your site from other reputable websites. Google needs to see evidence that your site is credible and authoritative over time.
So for new sites, the fix is patience.
Patience is definitely part of it. But it's not passive waiting. It's patience combined with consistent, relentless effort in creating great content. The more high-quality stuff you publish, the more Google sees, the faster that trust can build. And actively seeking high-quality backlinks helps accelerate that too.
Okay, you mentioned backlinks as a trust signal. Let's dive into that because it feels like one of the biggest factors Google looks at, right? Like a lack of good backlinks can really hold a site back.
It's huge, still incredibly important. And the key word there is good backlinks. It's not just about quantity.
Right, not just any link.
No. We're talking about links from other websites that are themselves authoritative and ideally relevant to your topic. Google sees these as votes of confidence, like respected colleagues in your field vouching for you. Without those votes, your site struggles to build authority in Google's eyes, no matter how fantastic your own content is.
So how do you get these good backlinks?
It requires a proactive strategy. Things like guest posting on respected blogs in your niche, writing valuable content for their audience in exchange for a link back. Creating amazing resources that people want to link to, naturally think original research, comprehensive guides, useful free tools, maybe infographics.
Stuff that's genuinely valuable.
Exactly. And for local businesses, building local citations is key. That means getting your business name, address, and phone number listed consistently on reputable local directories. That builds local authority.
That makes sense. Building links sounds crucial.
It is. If you want to really master link building strategies for today, our deep dive, What is Link Building? Proven Strategies for 2025, covers it in detail.
Okay, so we've covered indexing, keywords, content, patience for new sites, and backlinks. What if you have all that, but something invisible is still messing things up? You mentioned technical stuff earlier.
Ah, yes, the technical SEO gremlins. These are like those hidden cracks in a building's foundation. Your content might be amazing, your links strong, but if Google's crawlers struggle to actually navigate, understand, or even load your site properly, you're in trouble.
Examples, what kind of technical issues?
Oh, there are quite a few common ones. Really slow site speed is a killer. Users hate it. Google hates it. A design that isn't mobile friendly is a huge no-no now with mobile first indexing.
Right, everyone's on their phones.
Exactly. Broken links are bad for users and crawlers. Improper redirects can confuse everyone, and having duplicate content across your site can dilute your authority. I remember one client, their site loaded incredibly slowly.
Like old dial-up speeds.
Pretty much. Amazing content, but people were clicking back instantly. We fixed some image compression issues, tweaked the server, boom, rankings jumped. It was like Google could finally see the quality content.
So how do you find these technical gremlins?
You need to do a technical SEO audit. Tools like Screaming Frog, Ahrefs site audit tool, or even reports within Google Search Console can help you identify these problems. Then you prioritize fixing the big ones: crawl issues, speed, mobile friendliness.
We have a resource for that too.
We do. Technical SEO Audit Guide for Beginners is a great place to start if you want to tackle this yourself.
Okay, technical health is the foundation. Building on that, what happens after someone lands on your site? If they arrive, take one look and leave immediately. That's bad, right? Let's talk user experience, UX.
Absolutely critical. Google pays very close attention to how users interact with your site. If people land on your page from search results and then quickly hit the back button that's called pogo sticking or a high bounce rate, it sends a strong signal to Google.
A bad signal.
A very bad signal. It suggests your page didn't satisfy their search query or the experience was poor, and that will definitely hurt your rankings over time.
So how do you improve UX? What are the fixes?
It ties back to some technical stuff, but also design. Improve that page speed. People expect sites to load almost instantly now. Make your navigation super clear and intuitive. Can people easily find what they're looking for?
Get rid of annoying pop-ups.
Yes. Reduce intrusive elements like aggressive pop-ups. And again, ensure that mobile experience is flawless. Mobile-first indexing means Google primarily looks at your mobile site for ranking signals. So basically, make your site fast, easy to use, and pleasant to interact with, especially on a phone.
It really sounds like Google's trying to reward sites that users actually like visiting.
That's a huge part of it now, yes. User satisfaction is paramount.
Okay, so sometimes it's the big technical things or the overall experience, but other times, maybe it's just overlooking the basics, like the fundamental on-page SEO stuff.
Definitely. It's easy to get caught up in complex strategies and forget the foundational elements. On-page SEO is essentially how you package your content so both users and search engines can understand it easily.
What's on the checklist for that?
The essentials include a unique title tag for every page, ideally with your main keyword, a compelling meta description that makes people want to click from the search results, using your main keyword naturally in your H1 tag, which is like the main headline of the page.
Subheadings too.
Yes, using H2s, H3s, etc. to structure your content logically makes it easier to read and helps Google understand the hierarchy of information. Also, internal linking, which we should talk more about, and adding descriptive alt text to your images.
Alt text helps visually impaired users and tells Google what the image is about, right?
Exactly. These might seem small, but together, they significantly impact how Google sees and ranks your page. Our on-page SEO checklist, 25 steps to rank higher, deep dive covers all these points.
You mentioned internal linking there. Let's zoom in on that. How important is linking between your own pages?
Incredibly important and often underutilized. Internal links do more than just help users find related content. They pass authority, sometimes called link juice or page rank, between your pages.
So they spread the ranking power around your site.
Precisely. They also help search engines understand the structure of your site and the relationship between different pieces of content. Think about this deep dive we're doing right now.
Okay.
On a website, this might be a supporting pillar page within a broader SEO topic cluster. It would make sense to link from here to the main parent pillar page, maybe something like what is SEO, and also link to related supporting pages like how search engines work or technical SEO audit guide.
Using descriptive link text.
Yes, using natural, keyword-relevant anchor text. So a link, pointing back to this discussion, might use anchor text like reasons your website isn't ranking. This structure helps users in Google see how your content connects and covers a topic comprehensively. Creating these pillar pages with clusters of related content all linked together is a very powerful strategy.
That makes a lot of sense, building a web of related content. Now, shifting gears a bit, what if you feel like you're doing everything right? Good content, keywords, links, technical stuff, but your competitors are just consistently beating you.
The competition. Yeah, that's a reality in almost every niche. If competitors are outranking you despite your best efforts, it means you need to put on your detective hat again, but this time, focus on them.
Spy on the competition.
Well, analyze them, let's say. Competitive analysis is essential. Use tools like SEMrush or Ahrefs again. Dig into why their pages are ranking. What keywords are they targeting successfully? What does their content look like? How comprehensive is it? What kind of backlinks do they have?
So you're looking for their strengths and weaknesses.
Exactly. You're not just copying them. You're looking for gaps. What topics haven't they covered well? Where can you provide significantly more value, create a better, more in-depth resource than theirs? If you can genuinely create the superior piece of content, you have a strong chance to overtake them.
Makes sense. Fight smarter, not just harder. Okay, one specific group, local businesses. We touched on local citations, but what else is crucial if you're, say, a plumber or a restaurant and not ranking locally?
For local businesses, not fully leveraging local SEO tactics is probably the single biggest missed opportunity. The rules are a bit different for local search.
How so?
First, your Google business profile, formerly Google My Business, is non-negotiable. You need to claim it, verify it, and fill it out completely and accurately. Services, hours, photos, everything. Keep it updated.
What else?
Adding local schema markup to your website. This is code that explicitly tells Google things like your address, phone number, service area in a way it understands easily. It helps you show up in map results and local packs. Also, actively encourage and manage customer reviews. Positive reviews are a huge local ranking factor.
And keywords, still important.
Yes, but target location-specific keywords. Instead of just plumber, target emergency plumber in downtown Seattle or best Italian restaurant near Fenway Park. You need that geographic qualifier. Get these local elements right and you'll see a big difference. And if you're weighing SEO versus paid ads for local, our SEO versus Google ads, which is better for your business? Deep Dive explores that comparison.
Great. Okay, one last area, hopefully less common, but serious. What if Google has actually penalized your site, put a block on it somehow?
Right, website penalties. These are more severe and usually happen when a site violates Google's guidelines, often through spammy or manipulative tactics. It's important to know there are two main types.
Okay.
There are manual penalties where a human reviewer at Google has flagged your site for something specific like buying spammy links, stuffing keywords unnaturally, or cloaking, which is showing different content to Google than to users.
And the other type?
Algorithmic penalties. These aren't from a human, but happen automatically when a major Google algorithm update rolls out, like the old Panda or Penguin updates, or the more recent helpful content update. These target sites with widespread, low-quality, unhelpful, or spammy content.
How do you know if you've been hit? And what do you do?
For manual penalties, you'll see a notification in Google Search Console under the Manual Actions section. It will usually tell you the problem and what pages are affected. For algorithmic issues, you often see a sharp, sudden drop in traffic coinciding with a known Google update.
And the fix.
If it's manual, you need to fix the specific issue Google flagged, remove the bad links, maybe using the disavow tool, clean up the stuffed keywords, remove the thin content, and then submit a reconsideration request through Search Console. For algorithmic issues, it usually means a significant overhaul of your content quality and site strategy to align with what the update is rewarding. Penalties are serious, but usually fixable with dedicated effort.
Wow, okay. We've really covered a lot of ground. From the absolute basics of indexing right through to penalties, it really drives home the point, doesn't it? If your site isn't ranking, it's not because Google is just against you or it's impossible.
Exactly.
It's because something specific, likely one or more of the things we talked about today, is acting as a roadblock. It's a puzzle to solve, not an impenetrable wall.
That is the perfect summary. That's the core message. Every single one of these problems, indexing, keywords, content, links, technical stuff, UX, local, even penalties, has a reason and a corresponding fix.
Yeah.
The process is diagnose the actual issue, apply the right SEO best practices consistently, and build a sustainable long-term strategy. It's not usually a quick overnight fix. It's about continuous effort, adapting as Google evolves, and always focusing on providing real value for your audience.
Which brings us perfectly to our final thought for you, the listener, to take away today. We know the digital landscape is always changing, new content, tough competition, those algorithm updates. So how can you make continuous learning and that strategic adaptation your website's absolute greatest strengths? How do you ensure your site doesn't just rank eventually, but actually thrives for the long haul?
Something to think about.
Definitely. Thank you so much for diving deep with us today.
Austin CodeMonkey delivers expert web design and SEO services for businesses that want more calls, more leads, and more jobs. Our SEO strategies ensure your online presence keeps growing and bringing in results. For more information, call 737-932-7532 or visit our website at austincodemonkey.com.